in order to get here. Uh, yeah, which in mathematics you need to use this. X, how many is X? How many is Y? How many is Z? Yeah. Okay. For I, for intermediate, and for product, amount allocated contract, amount sold in open market. So it means, if I remember correctly, the product can be sold to open market or with a contract. Contract means somebody already have a deal to get how many gallons from you. While open market, so from here, then you need to formulate the model. This is an example. Can you see? What's this? This is the one that you make. It's not your manager or yourself. Yeah. Look. But there is a material balance, intermediate, there is another balance and product, blending constraint, contract sales. So this is heavily depend on what's the story, what's the in here you might learn a bit about modeling, but I think you will have more in operational research. So then, but this kind of formula, you will start to be more familiar with this. Be more familiar. Are you familiar already with this? Linear algebra?
Yes.
Yeah. But you use a lot of matrix.
Yeah.
In there, you will have more. And usually the longest is this one. The goal, the performance criteria, the net profit is to maximize the profit because C multiplied with use, another C multiplied with V, and so on. So minus C. Why we have this 3C and then minus, remember the sales minus vending cost minus cost of the vending. So this is sales minus intermediary cost and minus the last cost. Yeah. How do I get this? That's what you need to learn and practice. Yeah. And the notation, the symbol, it's really common. Something like this. Yeah. So you need to be more familiar. So, because sometimes people, when they're not familiar, they get dizzy by doing a lot of U, V, X, Y. What is that? Yeah. Before this, you define what is the variable, what is U, what is X, what is Z, and also the number. How do we use number? It's from the data, the cost, the capacity. And this is an example of objective function, you can say, to maximize the profit. While the constraint is, if you find more detail, it's based on here. Then you need to put some numbers. Okay. And then you define solution. Lastly. Define solution. In our case, in this class, actually should be more simpler than Boolean operational. Limited to more simple one, because actually in reality it's more complex. But you just this is an introductory class. Be more simpler. Yeah. Any question, please?
Pak, sorry. Is for operational research? Is it for finding the data on the equation or what?
Find variable.
Yes.
So in here is actually this X, Y, U1, U2, V1, that's what you need to find in the present research. Yeah. What's the best one? what should be the best x1, x2, x3, including y, u, so we can maximize this formula. Yeah. Within the boundary. If there is no boundary, just say, okay, 1 million x, 10 million x. Of course, it's going to increase the profit, but that's not possible, right? If it's related to some constraint, which should be here. Okay. Bigger than, less than, equal to, all x plus y plus z is less than alpha, which is some capacity, availability. Yeah. So based on this constraint, we define what is x, y, z, u, and so on. Okay. And each of these represent the variables within the system of the production. Yeah. Previous example we just noticed how many people, how many machine that we use.
So in this course, we're more into like how to implementation, implementation in like so in factories, company.
Yeah.
So we're calculating like net profit, the network, so like that.
Yeah, it's all yes. So that's why using those previous math and linear algebra defines. So it should be more realistic actually. Instead you ask for a dollar or a rupee. Using the matrices that you learn based on that matrix. So if you forgot how to do it, opening it, the slides of the book. Yeah. Or using the one that you learned in high school. Can do it again.
How do we implement for those equation into like graph, into like multimodal variate?
Yeah, we will use that as well. If it's more than this, then graphical form has limitation because it's y and z.
Yes.
So if we have more than that, then we usually use different representation. X, Y, Z is three-dimensional. It's four, but it's really pretty hard. And we're gonna learn. Another question?
Amen.
Can you imagine what happened for the whole semester? Formulate the problem into this, find solution, and there are several ways of finding the solution. And maybe that for introductory, yes. And then what they call sensitivity analysis, but it's not in this class. But finding a solution. The thing is, could be analytical, could be heuristic. Now we learn more about heuristic. Remember the one that you make a new line and just move this line? That's more like heuristic. Yeah, whilst the finding x equal to z, sorry, x equal to x, no, x equal to y, these two line analytic, it's more in for the present research. This is what. And this is also kind of like designing the system because you, based on this, you know how many people, how many raw material, how many machines that you should use for this product, you should use for the other product, and so on. Okay. Additional question?
Is the next meeting we're going to learn how to formulate them? The equation like this?
A little bit, but you will learn more formulation in operation research.
Okay.
Because if you learn also formulation in here, then double. You learn as well in operation research. It's probably going to be the same. in here is mostly will, yeah, with formulation, but finding the solution in a simple formula in this class. Yeah, that's why it's 2 credit, not 3. 3 credit will belong to the operational research class.
Thank you, Pak.
Other question?
All good.
I'm good. Okay. Yeah, so I hope you can grasp what's the whole method will be. So like there is so many mathematical calculation that you need to do. Yes. In fact, this is studying, so you learn only the manual, but when you apply to the industry, you will need to help from the you really need help. But without understanding, then you cannot command the computer to do something because you don't know the basic. Computer is a machine that work only based on the command. Even if you use AI, what do you use for AI?
Maybe it's
ChatGPT?
Yes.
Yeah, ChatGPT, DeepSeek.
Any other AI that you use?
DeepSeek.
DeepSeek.
Yeah.
Flexibility.
You can use those AI. You can say more like a partner. Yeah, but don't trust them. Partner means could make mistake, and it's true they could make mistake. Even actually, when you learn about, do you remember? I think you had this algorithm class.
Yes.
Was it last semester or this?
The
Semester 2.
first semester.
You definitely can use AI to help you get a code. But when you run sometime you have error or the result just doesn't make sense.
Yes.
So say it's can fasten your learning, but in order to have the correct one, you need to change it. And you actually need to learn to know the basics so you know what to change. Yeah. That's sure you can use, but then you need to know what's the basic of it. Nowadays it's still in progress. Yeah. Including the model. We give an example problem and this make a mathematical model out of this problem. Then it could have different version. Between ChatGPT, even ChatGPT has the free one and you have the ChatGPT 4 and later on ChatGPT 5. So yeah, use it as a partner. Use it wisely, but not rely them to fully rely. Yeah. Not just for the class, the other class as well. Okay. Right. So,